Hello, what's up, and what's happening? Welcome to the first episode of the Jets Insider. You know me, I try to have a title for everything, but it's just basically, after every 4 games, I want to come in and look at the franchise as a whole, kind of talk about, where the players are, my feelings on the franchise, and of course, it gives you a chance to write down in the comment section any concerns, questions, any just comments that you feel like leaving regarding the franchise. So, after every 4 games, I'll probably do this, and it works out pretty well because our next 4 games, after we play the Colts, we have a bye week, and before the bye week or during the bye week, we can have another one of these shows. So it was a kind of weird schedule. I kind of like the fact that they have a realistic schedule because next year the Jets will be playing the Eagles and the Giants and the Cowboys and the Redskins. So I'm glad that they fixed that because last year you would just get some random off-the-wall schedule that really didn't make sense. This was kind of unrealistic how we played the Patriots twice in the first 3 games, but hey, I'd really be nitpicking at that point, because the schedule last year, like I said, was so awful whenever you move forward in a connected franchise that I'm glad that at least they have the right teams in here going forward. So the first game versus the Patriots, 41-7 loss. We got our butt spanked. Alex Cheney didn't play that well. Of course, I'm using Alex Cheney, so a lot of his poor throws were my doing. A lot of his poor throws were also the way that I have the slider set up. His accuracy isn't that good, so he will miss wide open receivers from time to time. And you will see that from inexperienced quarterbacks and inaccurate quarterbacks in real life. So I'm okay with the slider set. I know a lot of people, question it, will it be realistic and stuff like that. My whole goal for this franchise and for anything that I do on YouTube is to keep it entertaining and to keep the viewer on the edge of the seat. I don't ever want to be predictable, and I feel like once you get predictable in the series starts getting dry. At least for me, that's when I start turning off YouTubers and stuff like that. Once I kind of predict what's gonna happen and I'm right, it's like it's kind of a turnoff. So I never want that to happen. So if I get blown out, that's great for me. Like really, it is. So 48-7. It sucks. It is embarrassing. It's humbling. But at the end of the day, I would much rather lose that big than win that big. And if you check out our wins, when we beat the Eagles, it was a 10-point game. It was a very close game. The Eagles had chances late in that game. They missed a couple of field goals. And they really had a chance to really win that game. Alex Cheney still struggled at that point. He still didn't throw a touchdown pass in his career yet. He only has 1 TD, 9 interceptions. We can get into that. We will get into that just in a minute. But at the end of the day, Alex Cheney, he isn't playing that well, and a lot of that has to do with my reads and the way that I'm playing with them and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's a rookie. He will get better. I promise you he will get better. But he's not going to be, the rookie of the year most likely. And I didn't want him to be that. You know what I mean? The fact that he dropped in the draft to us, he was a 10th pick. I felt like he should struggle. I think it's more realistic to have a quarterback come in and struggle than to have the quarterback go all the way to like the NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, kind of like Ben Roethlisberger. But those Steelers teams were stacked. And then, of course, his last loss was horrible. And this was a stage of the series where we could have a quarterback controversy. But then again, Brian Hoyer came in. He missed some throws. And also, at the end of the day, he did also throw a pick 6. But you could also put that on my shoulders as well. So the next 4 games, we got the Chargers that are 2-2. The Bills that are leading, or they're tied with the Patriots for the lead in the AFC East as of right now. The Texans and the Colts. So let's move on to some stats. And there's a quarterback who is balling right now. And it kind of sucks. Alright, y'all, so when it comes to passing yards, Geno Smith is number 1 with 1,319. He has a quarterback rating of 112.3. Tom Brady is second on the list on passing yards. Then you got Rodgers, Stafford, you got Ryan, you got Chase Daniels, Joe Flacco, RG3. So we are nowhere on the list for that. We are struggling right now as far as our quarterback situation goes. And it does suck. And the fact that Geno Smith is balling right now, 6 TDs, only 1 INT. But he has great weapons over there in Arizona. And the way that he played for us last year, it would warrant a trade or, maybe a situation where we get rid of him. Maybe we pulled the trigger a little bit too soon on Geno Smith. I did work on Geno Smith. We got him up to an 80 overall. But to keep the realism in the series, the fact that he was struggling so bad, it was time to let Geno walk. But he's having a fantastic year for the Arizona Cardinals, believe it or not. So moving on to the top rushers, you got Frank Gore, our man DeMarco Murray. He's a beast. I love that signing. Le'Veon Bell. Then you got Monte Ball. You got Shady McCoy, Marshawn Lynch, the usual candidates. You also got Stephen Ridley and Ryan Matthews. They are leading the league in rushing. Go over to rushing TDs. See who's tops there. And Mark Ingram for the Arizona Cardinals. Who knew? The Arizona Cardinals passing, running, flat out beasting right now in this series. He has 7 TDs. Bell has 5. Foster with 4. Justin Forsett. Then Giovanni Bernard with 4, and then the list goes on and on. So DeMarco, he finally gets on the list with 3 TDs. We will give him the ball a lot more. I'm gonna be dedicated to running the ball. I'm gonna kind of use how I feel like a real football team should be built for success, and start implementing that into this franchise so we can get some better results going forward. So here we go. We got Tompkins. Yes, Tompkins. He is leading the league in receptions. Who knew? Who knew? But that's good for Dallas, because Dallas, they lost who did they lose? They lost Dez Bryant. He's not playing for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so that's good for the Dallas Cowboys. Julio Jones, he's second, and then you got Jacoby Jones. Didn't see that coming. Jordy Nelson as well. Golden Tate. You also got Dennis Pitter, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. Adams and Floyd, they all are balling right now. Our receivers will be very low on that list. Moving on, we can do tackles. You got Brian Cushion, you got Fletcher, you also got Wagner, Washington, and Kuechly are your tops in tackles. All those guys are inside linebackers, I believe, and they're all balling right now. If we go over to sacks, who is leading the league in sacks, and right now it's Von Miller. Then you got Michael Bennett, but look at our man Quentin Coples. He is doing his thing. But I believe that we should have the sacks always get messed up, so I'm actually going to go to the Jets stats, and then I believe that we should be leading the league in sacks. But that's always messed up, and I can't stand the fact that that's always messed up. And let's just check out INTs. And, of course, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie has 6 INTs. He had 3 of them versus us. It's ridiculous, man. It was a horrible game offensively. Patrick P., Eric Weddle all doing their thing as far as INTs. But let's go check out the Jets so we can go see who truly is leading the league in sacks. Because I believe that Muhammad, he got like 5 sacks in one game, like 4 sacks in one game. So he should have, no, I guess not. Well, Antoine Barnes, he has 4. Then Muhammad, he has 3. And then Coples, he has 3 as well. But those guys were not in the top. So we actually are getting after the passer. It's just not resulting in wins. The quarterback situation, it just sucks right now. So both of our quarterbacks, as we speak right now, they are both 76 overall. They're both 76 overall. And yeah, I mean, I don't I really don't know who to start. A lot of people believe once you bench your rookie quarterback, then that means they're never gonna start him again. I really don't believe that. I know some people do, but at the end of the day, to keep it realistic, and I know I have to play better as the user and stuff like that, but I believe, and this is my honest opinion, because me, I try to be humble, as humble as I can be. I play like crap sometimes. Some of my decision making, especially in that Patriots game. A lot of my decisions were questionable. I think in that Giants game, though, in our last game, the only throw that was questionable with Alex Chaney was the one that I threw in double coverage when Antrell Roll came over the top and picked it off. Other than that, I felt like my decisions weren't really that bad, but I should be definitely running the ball more. We have 3 good running backs. Michael Dawson's a lot faster than I thought he would be. His speed was only 86 overall. I remember documenting that, when we drafted him. But for whatever reason, he is faster than I thought he was. So that's actually a pleasant surprise. DeMarco Murray is DeMarco Murray. Chris Ivory, he's able to break tackles and get into the secondary. So I love all 3 of our running backs, so I need to use them a lot more. So I don't know. Maybe you guys should leave in the comment section who I should start. You guys want to see Hoyer? Should I stick with Alex Chaney? I would definitely take your thoughts and opinions into consideration. And that's basically going to wrap this thing up. Right now, I believe we were 3rd in our division. I want to say 3rd in our division. Let me check it before we get up out of here. We are 3rd in our division. The Bills 3-0. The Patriots are 2-2. The Jets are 2-2. And the Dolphins are 1-3. Our next game will be against the 2-2 the 2-2 San Diego Chargers. Yeah. So as we check out where we stand as an organization real quick, team success 26, popularity is 18, staff 15. Our staff sucks, man. When I was doing the scouting, they couldn't. Everybody was like the same. Everybody had C's and B's. Nobody had an A. You know what I mean? Every person was the same. Safeties were the same from round 1 to round 5. It was ridiculous, man. So concessions, they stayed at 15. Concessions went down because, of course, the Giants, they were the home team in our last game, and that's how it works. If you're not the home team, everything's gonna go down. But as an organization, we are 12th overall, which isn't bad. You know, it could be a lot better. We're gonna try and get it to be a lot better. But that's going to wrap this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoy bringing it to you. I'm your man, Miles Darkness 24/7. And I hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. Hot sauce.